But now let's talk about actual workout equipment that you need to get in case you want to do a at-home workout for whatever reason. If you can't make it to the gym, I feel as though it's so important to be able to work out every day you need to, no matter what, and not making it to the gym shouldn't be an issue, right? So I think it's so important to have at least some basic equipment for at-home workouts just to make sure you can get the consistency you need with your exercise program. So the first thing you need are some dumbbells. You can get a pair of dumbbells like this, which will come with a number of plates for under $100. And then see how the plates on the ends are different? That's because I buy extra plates whenever I need them, whenever they're on sale. You know, those are gonna vary in price based on how much weight you need and based on the market. With COVID, it's been pretty expensive. Before that, they used to be dirt cheap. I remember being able to get 5-pound plates for next to nothing when I was younger, right? These days, you're paying basically like $2 a pound for plates, right? But I just shop around from time to time and get whatever ones I can find for cheap, but they do come with enough plates to get started, and you can choose what weight of plates you get. And it's also easy these days to find dumbbells that come with a connector bar like this, so that you can turn them into a barbell. So for less than $100, you can get 2 dumbbells with a connector bar so you can turn them into a barbell with, you know, the better part of 100 pounds of different plates for less than $100, which then makes you set to do most of the types of exercises you would need to do in an at-home workout, which wouldn't be as optimal as going to the gym, but it's 100% more optimal than not working out at all right? So I highly recommend you do some shopping on Amazon and get yourself a dumbbell set with connector bar. Because like I said, with that dumbbell and barbell set, you're able to do the vast majority of the exercises that you need to. And for the rest of the exercises that you can't do, all you need is a resistance band set. I have 2 sets of resistance bands here. I just got 2 of the same set because each set had 150 pounds of resistance bands, and I wanted to double that. So I have 300 pounds of weight in resistance bands here, and the set comes with a door anchor, and I got 2 of them, so I can actually pull from opposite doors and do crossover work, which is the main reason why I wanted to get 2, not just having more weight. They come, of course, with handles, a door anchor, which you then put into the crack of a closed door, close the door on it, and then you just loop the resistance band through the loop on the door anchor and put 1 or 2 handles on the end. And then you basically get resistance starting at no resistance and then leading up to the amount that it says on the resistance band. So this says 20 pounds, which means that when it's fully stretched like that, that's 20 pounds, right? So if I was doing a rear delt exercise like this is no tension. This is a couple pounds of tension, right? And the tension grows as the exercise continues, okay? So it leads up to the amount that it says, which means you're going to want to go heavier. And just keep in mind that these numbers don't translate to pounds exactly, okay? It's not going to feel the same to do an exercise with my 30-pound resistance band as with my 30-pound dumbbell. So you want to go higher on weight and focus on optimized form, but don't worry, I'm going to be putting out a whole series of videos for you on how to use resistance bands. And look, they even come with an ankle strap for doing glute kickbacks. And don't worry, I'm going to be putting out a whole series of videos for you on different exercises to do with resistance bands, because they are such an amazing piece of equipment to have at home, because they give you the ability to do literally anything that you can do with cables at home. So they're so great for targeting because you can push or pull from any direction and get your muscles exercised at any angle, especially if you're someone like me who in your home you have multiple different doors that are close to each other. You can pull from anywhere on any door frame in your house. If you have multiple doors close to each other, that gives you the ability to do converging rows and crossover presses and crossover flies. It's going to be such an amazing piece of equipment to have in your home, and may even make you not want to go to the gym. So get yourself a set or 2 of resistance bands. I mean, look, most of them even come with ankle straps to do glute kickbacks with, right? So it's such a great piece of equipment to have. In between having resistance bands and a dumbbell set with a connector bar, you're able to do 95% of the stuff you would want to do at the gym. The only other thing that I recommend you get yourself is a nice chin-up bar. This bar goes into any door frame, all right? The door has to open like this, and I have to be doing my chin-ups on the outside of it. All right, so that is the one caveat. But if it's just about any door frame, and this one even comes with suspension straps so that I can do body weight rows and suspension strap push-ups. So this is a really amazing piece of equipment to have. You could do chin-ups, pull-ups, close grip chin-ups, wide grip pull-ups. And this is a really basic one. So this one I got for like 20-25 bucks on Amazon or something like that. So there's ones that have bars that come down like this to do dips on. There's ones that have bars right here to do neutral grip chin-ups. I didn't feel the need to get anything fancy like that because most of the time I go to the gym and do that stuff there and I don't really need it at home. All I felt the need to do at home was chin-ups, close grip chin-ups, pull-ups, stuff like that, in some body weight rows. So this is the one I got. Again, it was only $20-25 on Amazon. And this is so useful because even though I only do chin-ups and pull-ups at home sometimes, I do use it every day to hang from, to decompress my spine after my workout when I get home sometime before bed. So for that reason alone, I highly recommend you get yourself one of these. You can get yourself a cheap basic one like this, but you at least should be decompressing your spine by hanging anytime you work out, right? And I want to be able to do it from home and not have to go to the gym. So for that, the pull-up bar is an invaluable piece of equipment to me that I highly recommend you get yourself. And now, while those are all of the pieces of equipment that you absolutely need for both at home and at the gym workouts, I also would recommend, if you want to be able to have an optimal at-home workout, you get yourself a inclining and declining bench for working out at, which you can get for less than $100 on Amazon. And you'll see the one that I've gotten myself in some of these exercise demo videos you're going to see me doing from home. I have a bench that can lay flat, be at 90 degrees, be at any incline between that, and declines, and I got it for like $70 or something like that on Amazon, and shipping was free. So if you're serious about at-home workouts and optimizing them in case you don't make it to the gym, you want to be able to get the same exact type of workout, that is the last piece of equipment that I would recommend investing in. But now, if cardio is something that is important to you, whether you are training for endurance or trying to lose weight, I would also recommend getting yourself a bicycle for doing cardio outside of the gym. Because I found that when you own a bicycle, you get such better cardio than you get riding on a bike or another piece of equipment at the gym, because it doesn't feel so much like exercising. You're not just in one place like a hamster on a hamster wheel, just like doing work and trying to distract yourself from the fact that you're doing work, which is not the fun type of work like, hypertrophy training, giving you a pump that makes you feel good. Most people hate the feeling of cardio, but when you are riding a bike, it no longer feels like work. It actually feels like fun. You end up doing a lot more of it, actually looking forward to it, and it makes it so much easier to cut and shred. This might just be me, but I find that when I have to do cardio at the gym, I am just struggling to get 5 or 10 or 15 minutes of it done. But when the weather's nice and I can ride my bike, I can ride my bike for an hour or 2 hours or more, even spend a whole afternoon riding. And so when the weather's nice, I get completely shredded because of that, right? So I highly recommend you get yourself a bike. I'm not going to bring my bikes in here to show you, but I do have a Trek bike that I love. I have a Schwinn bike that I bought my son that he really likes. And while I don't really have any specific things to recommend, you really have to talk to a bike shop person for that. I would say just, get whatever kind of bike you can afford, because they are certainly not cheap. But they are so worth it. Once you get them, you'll realize, that money was well spent. And while that's all the exercise equipment that I have to tell you about, I also have some more equipment to tell you about for post-exercise. So here we have some massage equipment that is going to help you with your recovery. First thing, we have one of these massaging hooks that is good for massaging your traps, where a lot of people have knotting, like me. So when you're doing a lot of back work especially, you develop a lot of back tension, get prone to knotting, and that can really screw up your training, right? So keep yourself free of knots with one of these massage hooks. And I love this because I can take it with me anywhere. So if I'm having back pain, I just take this with me and I can quickly massage it out anytime that I'm getting it. If that's not enough though, you can get yourself one of these massage guns, which you can then use, and you can just sit back and apply pressure. And this is highly effective. All right. So that'll massage my traps, but not only that, I can use this to massage my chest, my shoulder, connective tissue. I can massage my quads with it, my hamstrings, my glutes, my low back. I massage a lot with this. All right. So this is actually as invaluable to me as my other equipment that I use to work out with, because this aids me in recovery and helps to, soothe the pain away whenever I have too much muscle tension or, feel some pain in my connective tissue. All right, so that is a really important thing to have if you're planning on training really hard and doing intense workouts. I highly recommend having a massage gun for your recovery. And then there's these muscle rollers or foam rollers. You'll even see these at the gym. However, the ones at the gym are made of foam, which is why they're called foam rollers. This is a better one, and it actually, has a texture. It's bumpy. Right? And this is soft material. It's not foam. It's a little softer than the styrofoam type material you see at the ones in the gym. So if this is not enough and I need something that's going to be spread out more across my whole muscle, I use one of these. I use this for my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes, and my whole back. Right, and I'll just lay on this and roll back and forth. All right, so this can help to release tension and prevent knotting as well. If you're someone like me who has back problems or who likes to train extremely hard, I recommend having all of these. I'm glad at different times that I have each one of these. I use each one of these for different things. But one way or another, you will probably need some sort of massaging instrument for helping you with your recovery, unless you can afford to go get massages frequently. And then the last piece of equipment that you might want to consider to have at home is a scale. I think it's just better to be able to weigh yourself at home than at the gym. You do ideally need to be completely naked when you weigh yourself, because clothes do have weight. All right, if you're weighing yourself when you're fully clothed, you're adding 5 or maybe even 10 pounds, okay? And you also ideally want to be able to weigh yourself when you have an empty stomach, since food does have weight, all right? And so you'll find that if you weigh yourself first thing in the morning when you wake up, before taking your shower, before you get wet, before you consume any food or put any clothes on, that's when you're going to weigh the least, and that's going to be your real weight. All right, so don't weigh yourself when you get out of the shower, you're all wet. That water has weight. Don't weigh yourself after you've eaten food or put on clothes. You should have a scale at home that you can weigh yourself with very first thing in the morning, especially if your body composition is extremely important to you and you're trying to be really precise about it. If you're trying to lose weight or gain muscle and you want to be able to track that, you need to be able to weigh yourself first thing in the morning in your own home. All right, so get yourself a good, reliable scale. So now moving on, I've talked to you about what types of equipment you need to have for optimized workouts.